Ever type something into Google and get hit with, like, the digital equivalent of a shrug?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you're sure you were clear, but the results totally missed the mark.
Happens to the best of us.
It's those algorithms, right? The ones calling the shots behind the scenes.
Spot on. And the crazy part, Google's always tweaking them.
So to make sense of it all, we're diving deep into, well, the history of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We've got this awesome article from searchenginejournal.com. It's basically a timeline of all the major Google algorithm updates.
From the very beginning. Now that's a blast from the past.
Right. It's like digital archaeology, but instead of fossils, we're digging up old search engine secrets.
And trust me, the early days of SEO, we're talking Wild West out there.
Oh, totally. Like, remember keyword stuffing?
How could I forget?
Someone trying to rank for best coffee shop would just cram those words everywhere.
Behind images, in white text on a white background, you name it. It was all about gaming the system.
Not exactly providing value to users, huh?
Not even a little. That's where updates like Florida back in 2003 come in.
Florida.
Yep. Google laid down the law, started cracking down on spammy tactics.
So that was the beginning of the end for sneaky SEO tricks.
Pretty much. Google made it clear. Focus on quality content, stuff that actually answers a user's query.
Okay, so Florida was about cleaning up the content itself. Then there was Big Daddy in 2005.
Ah, Big Daddy. That one was all about links.
But didn't people already know links were important by then?
Sure, sure. But Big Daddy shifted the focus to quality over quantity.
Meaning,
It wasn't enough to just have a ton of random sites linking back to you.
you needed endorsements from the right places.
Exactly. Google started looking at who was linking to your site, not just how many. Was it a site Google already considered trustworthy and authority in its field? That kind of thing.
So it became more about building genuine connections, not just racking up links from anywhere.
Think of it like this. A recommendation from a respected expert carries way more weight than a shout out from some random person on the street, right?
Makes sense. So Google was getting smarter about recognizing those genuine endorsements online.
You got it.
And this whole idea of link quality, that became a major factor in SEO, right?
The cornerstone.
It's amazing how these early updates kind of laid the groundwork for everything that came after.
Oh, for sure.
But things were just heating up. Let's talk about an update that shook the internet to its core. Panda, back in 2011. Now, Panda, that was a game changer.
Not just another update, right?
This was a total overhaul, especially when it came to content.
This was Google saying, okay, enough with the thin, low-effort stuff.
Content farms, beware.
Websites couldn't just churn out garbage and expect to rank anymore.
Nope, they had to step up their game.
Provide real value, be original, well-written, informative.
All those good things.
I bet that had content creators everywhere sweating.
You think? It was a wake-up call for sure.
Yeah, it's like Panda drew a line in the sand, right? Like, this is the new standard.
For real. And that focus on user experience, it just kept getting stronger.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, remember Mobilegeddon in 2015?
How could I forget? That one had everyone in a frenzy.
I remember trying to use some websites back then on my phone.
It was a nightmare. Total nightmare. Like trying to read a billboard through a straw or something.
And that was Google's point. The Mobilegeddon update. Basically a giant loudspeaker announcement.
Like, hey everyone, the internet's going mobile, catch up.
Exactly. Having a mobile-friendly website wasn't optional anymore. It was mandatory.
It's kind of wild how these updates mirror, like, the evolution of how we use the internet.
It's like Google's got a crystal ball or something.
Right. Predicting the next big shift in how we'll search for stuff.
Speaking of shifts, that brings us to what might be the biggest one yet.
Oh, bigger than mobile.
Way bigger. I'm talking about artificial intelligence.
Okay, hold on. We've gone from stuffing keywords to quality content to mobile first and now AI.
It's a whole new ballgame.
So where did AI even fit into all this?
It's not just an update. It's a fundamental change in how Google thinks.
Okay, so like, how does that actually work?
Well, take the August 2024 core update, for example. It put a huge emphasis on rewarding quality content.
Even more than before.
Oh, yeah. And it got even better at filtering out that super SEO-driven stuff.
Like Google was saying, nice try, but I can see right through you.
Exactly. And then there are the AI overviews.
Oh, yeah. Those are pretty wild.
Powered by Google's new Gemini model. Did you know?
No, he didn't actually.
Super interesting stuff. Anyway, those overviews, it's like Google's giving you the TLDR on the search results page.
Don't need to even click through anywhere.
Precisely.
Okay, but isn't that like bad news for websites? if people aren't clicking through?
That's a million-dollar question.
Yeah, that is the big question. Are we all going to be out of a job?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Google still wants to send searchers to websites. They just want to make sure those websites are, worthy of a visit.
That makes sense.
And that's where those June 2024 spam updates come in, the ones you mentioned earlier.
Right. Site reputation abuse? It sounds intense. What exactly is that?
It's bad news, that's what it is. Basically, it's anything that artificially inflates a website's authority, like think buying backlinks in bulk, participating in link schemes.
Ooh, shady stuff.
The worst. Or setting up sneaky redirects, all those black hat tactics. Google sees that as a major breach of trust.
So even with AI taking center stage, Google's still, hyper-focused on weeding out the bad guys.
100%. And the thing is, their methods for doing that are always evolving. What worked for those spammers a few years ago or even a few months ago?
Might not work today.
Exactly. It's a constant game of cat and mouse.
So where does that leave us? What's the big takeaway here for all of us trying to navigate the ever-changing world of Google search?
Honestly, focus on the fundamentals. Yeah, keep up with the big updates, but don't get too caught up in chasing every little tweak. Instead, remember those core principles Google's been shouting about for years now? Provide valuable, relevant content, create a website that's easy to use, especially on mobile, and build genuine relationships with other reputable sites.
It's like building a house. You need that strong foundation first.
Exactly. Do that, and you'll be in a good place no matter what curveballs Google throws our way.
Words to live by, both online and off. Well, that's it for this deep dive into the world of Google algorithm updates. Be sure to join us next time when we'll be, diving deep into another fascinating topic that impacts your online presence. Until then, happy searching.